Sorry, disconnected. Is now okay, internet? Can you hear me, anybody?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Yes, we can.
Yes, Maharaj, you're audible, Maharaj.
Okay. So, I don't know, maybe internet is weak, actually. So, in the very beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam says that Dharma Prajjita Koitavat. What is the purpose of Srimad Bhagavatam? Kicking out all other cheating religion. Even liberation also want to go kicking, cheating religion. So here, in comparison of pure devotion, in this chapter of Nectar of Devotion, so liberation is very insignificant. Moksho Labhuta. So we are hearing from Bhagavat almost from every canto. How even the liberation is insignificant. We heard quotes from 4th canto, 5th canto, 6th canto, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th canto also. Yesterday we heard from Nagavatnis. Here another statement from 10th canto. There is a similar statement in 10th canto, 87th chapter, 17th verse. This is one of the biggest chapters, 87th, where Shrutis means personified Vedas. They are praying to Lord. When the Shrutis, the personified Vedas, pray to Lord as follows: My dear Lord, it is very difficult to understand spiritual knowledge. Your appearance here, just as you are, is to explain to us this most difficult subject of knowledge of spirit. As such, pure devotees who have left their domestic comforts to associate with the liberated acharyas are now fully immersed in the devotional service of your Lordship. And thus, they do not care for any so-called liberation. In explaining this verse, it should be noted that spiritual knowledge means understanding the self and superself or supersoul. Some spiritualists, they understand soul and super, body and soul. We are not this body or soul. Those who are more high, they can understand, yes, soul, body, soul, super soul, three attributes. Those who are more high, they can understand in the body, soul and super soul, both are present. Some spiritualists, they can maximum understand, we are not the body, we are the soul. That must, but they don't have any realization of super soul. Some has realization of super soul, but they don't have realization that super soul also remains within the body with soul. The individual soul and the super soul are qualitatively one, and therefore both of them are known as Brahma or spirit. That is why when it's Om Brahmasmi, this wood. Okay. But knowledge of Brahma is very difficult to understand. There are so many philosophers engaged in the matter of understanding the soul, but they are unable to make any tangible advancement. It's confirmed Bhagavad Gita that out of many millions of persons, Manushyanang Shastrishu Koshchit Jadati Siddhaya. Only one may try to understand what is spiritual knowledge. And out of many such persons who are trying to understand, only one or a few may know what is the Supreme Personality of God. In other scriptures, Kutishyavi Mahamani, Kutishyavi Mahamani. And out of 10 million, only one can understand. So this verse says that spiritual knowledge is very difficult to achieve. And so in order to make it more easily attainable, the Supreme Lord himself comes in his original form as Sri Krishna and gives his instruction directly to an associate like Arjuna, just so that the people in general may take advantage of this spiritual knowledge. This verse also explains that liberation means having completely given up all the material comforts of life. Those who are impersonalists are satisfied by simply being liberated from the material circumstances. But those who are devotees can automatically give up material life and also enjoy the transcendental bliss of hearing and chanting the wonderful activities of Lord Krishna. It's like somebody in prison house, conditioned so. Somebody is very happy by coming out from the jail. They are like impersonalists. But those who have understanding, oh, after coming out from the jail, I should go to the Prime Minister's or President's house. I should serve him. I should glorify him. They are devotees. In the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 20th chapter, 34th verse, Lord Krishna says to Uddhava, let us see what is the verse. 11, 20, 30. Here saying, no kinchit shadava dhira bhakta hi ekantino mama vanchati api mamo dattam kaivallam apunarvam. No kinchit shadava dhira. Those are sadhus, the dhiras. Those are bhakta, ekantino, unflinching faith unto me. Vanchati api mamo dattam. Vanchati api mamo dattam. No kinchit. No vanchati. They will not ask anything. If still I give, mamo dattam. If I give, kaivallam apunarbhava. Kaivallam mukti, liberation, apunarbhava. Not coming to material. If I want to give them, they will not accept that. So liberation, devotion is so test. They hate that liberation. My dear Uddhav, Krishna sent Uddhav in Uddhav, in Sri Uddhav. The devotees who have completely taken shelter of my service are so steadfast in devotional service that they have no other desire. Even if they are offered the 4 kinds of spiritual opulences, they will refuse to accept them. So hard to speak of their desiring anything within this material world. Similarly, Lord Krishna says in another passage in the Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 14th chapter, 13th verse, my dear Uddhava, a person whose consciousness is completely absorbed in my thought and activities does not aspire even to occupy the post of Brahma or the post of Indra or the post of lordship over the planets or the 8 kinds of mystic perfections or even liberation itself. Nothing. I think you can remember one song. Here, what do you see? No Brahma post, no Indra post, no lordship of planets, no 8 kinds of perfection, even liberation, nothing. In that connection, Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained the 4th verse of Shikshashtakam. What is that? Na dhanam na janam. How Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained? There na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim kavitam. 3 things. Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained these 7. Prabhu tab pado juge moroni veda. Nahi magi, first one, dehoshuk, vidya, dhana, jan. Nahi magi shargo, moksha nahi magi. Na kori asha kabu vibhuti rula. So vibhuti means opulence in Vaikuntha planet also, it does not. Wow. What devotee's desire. Nahi dehoshuk, no physical. Rajya, dhan, jan, liberation, even opulence in Vaikuntha also, vibhuti rula. That is the attitude devotee. In 12th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th chapter, verse 6, Lord Shiva says to Devi, my dear Devi, this great Brahmana says, Markandeya, has attained unflinching faith and devotion unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And as such, he does not aspire after any benedictions, including liberation from the material world. Almost same thing. In every state, almost same thing. But Rupa Goswami is pointing out from different parts of the Srimad Bhagavatam and from different context, where devotion is, where the comparison of devotion and liberation. Similarly, there is another state, Padma Puran, describing the ritualistic function during the month of Kartik, November, October, November. During this month in Vrindavan, it is the regular principle to pray daily to Lord Krishna in his Damodar form. The Damodar form refers to Krishna in his childhood when he was tied up with rope by his mother Jashoda. Dam means rope, Udar means abdomen. So mother Jashoda, being very disturbed by naughty Krishna, bound him around the abdomen with a rope. And thus Krishna is named as Damodar. During the month of Kartik, Damodar is prayed to as follows. My dear Lord, you are the Lord of all, the giver of all benediction. What is this verse? Who can remember? Who can remember? Please raise your hand. My dear Lord, you are the Lord of all, the giver of all benediction.
Barang deva mokshang na mokshavadim ba?
Parang deva mokshang na mokshavadim. There are many demigods like Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva who sometimes offer benedictions to their respective devotees. For example, Barang deva mokshang na mokshavadim. Oh Lord, you can give any type of benediction, even liberation, more than liberation. Here giving the example. Ravana was the best with many benediction by Lord Shiva. And Hindukoshipu was the best by Lord Brahma. But even the Lord Shiva and Brahma depend upon the benediction of Lord Krishna. And therefore Krishna is addressed as the Lord of all benediction. As such, Lord Krishna can offer his devotees anything they want. But still, the devotee's prayer continues. What he wants? I do not ask for liberation or any material facility up to the point of liberation. What I want, as your favor is there, I may always think of your form as I see you now as Damodar. Barandu moksha no moksha madhima no cha onno brinyahang parishad. Then what I want? Idante bapurnatha Gopal Bal. The Gopal Bal form I want to already see in my heart. You are so beautiful and attractive that my mind does not want anything else besides this wonderful form. In this prayer, there is another passage in which it is said, my dear Damodar, once when you are playing as a naughty boy in the house of Nanda Maharaj, you broke the box containing yogurt, and here, just imagine, why Prabhupada has given the term box? You broke the box containing yogurt. Has Prabhupada forgotten that was a clay pot? Why Prabhupada has given box? Prabhupada has given this so that people can understand. Prabhupada does not want to give some complicated word. What general people can understand. He broke the box containing yogurt. And because of that, Mother Jashoda considered you an offender and tied you with rope to the household grinder mortar. At that time, he delivered two sons of Kuber, Nal Kuber and Manigri, who were staying there as two Jamalajinti in the ear of Nanda Maharaj. My only request is that by your merciful pastimes, you may similarly deliver Kuber Atmajo Baddha Murtaiva Jadva Toya Mochito. Like that, you deliver me also. Mochito, deliver me. Not only deliver, not only liberation. Tata Mochito, Bhakti Bhajo Kritocha. Not only deliver him, and Bhakti also. Yeah, if you read in Krishna book, in that connection, Prabhupada has given elaborate purport of that. Please repeat Krishna book. In this pastimes, Prabhupada has given person also big purport. Here also Prabhupada is giving very nice purport in this context. Dhamman Lila. Especially Kuber pastimes. Kuber. Dhamman Lila not whole year. And how he delivered Nal Kuber and Monigri, how a rich man can spoil, how a poor person is better than a rich man. Prabhupada has given nice explanation. The story behind this verse is there. The two sons of Kuber, the treasure of demigod, were part on account of the opulence of their father. And so once on a heavenly planet, they are enjoying themselves in a lake with some naked themselves of heaven. At that time, the great saint Narad Muni was passing on the road and was sorry to see behavior of the sons of Kuber. Seeing Narada passing by, the damsels of heaven covered their bodies with cloth. But the two sons, being drunken, did not have this decency. Narad became angry with their behavior and cursed them thusly. You have no sense, so it is better if you become trees instead of sons of Kuber. Upon hearing this, the boys came to their senses and begged Narada to be pardoned for their offenses. Narada then said, yes, you shall become trees, Arjun trees, and you will stand at the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj. But Krishna himself will appear in time as the foster son of Nanda, and he will deliver it. In other words, the curse of Narad was benediction to the sons of Kubera, because indirectly it was foretold that they would be able to receive the favor of Lord Krishna. After that, Kubera's two sons stood as two big Arjun trees in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj until Lord Damodar, in order to fulfill the desire of Narada, dragged the smiling pestle to which was tied. Prabhupada is not giving the grinding mortar, because people may not understand what is grinding mortar. Tyrant struck the two trees, violently causing them to fall down. From out of these fallen trees came Nalkubir and Manikubir, who had by then become great devotee of the law. You know all the pastimes. So without giving the grinding mortar, Prabhupada gave milling pestle. Yeah, Prabhupada, grinding mortar, there is a Bengali Prabhupada, Dheki Sharga Gelo Bharam. Prabhupada want to give the example with simple way. If we want to give other, how Prabhupada will give this example? He doesn't want to make it complicated. He said, take the typewriter to heaven, it will type there, cut. So he gives that a typewriter. He should give examples so that people can understand. He will not give the grinding matter. What is grinding matter? He gives the example of typewriter. If you read typewriter in the heaven, there will cut. His business is the same. There is a passage in the Harshisha Pancharat, Harshisha Puran, which states, my dear Lord, the Supreme Person of Godhead, I do not want any resultant benediction from my religious life, nor do I want any economic development, nor do I want to enjoy sense gratification, nor liberation. That means dharma, artha, kam, moksha, nothing. I simply pray to be an eternal servant of your lotus feet. Kindly oblige me and give me this benediction. Dharma, artha, kam, moksha. Fifth one is Panchampurushad Krishna. In the same Harshisha Puran, we first gave Bhagavatam, quote from Bhagavatam, quoted Bhagavatam. Now quoting from, he gave first preference to Bhagavatam. Now, from other scriptures. After Nishikadeva wanted to give benediction to Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad did not accept any material benediction and simply asked the favor of the Lord to remain his eternal devotee. In this connection, Prahlad Maharaj cited the example of Hanuman, the eternal servitor of Lord Ramchandra, who also set an example by never asking any material favor from the Lord. He always remained engaged in his service. That is the ideal character of him, for which he is still worshipped by all the devotees. Prahlad Maharaj also offered his respectful obeisances unto Hanuman. There is a well-known verse spoken by Hanuman, in which he says, my dear Lord, if you like, you can give me salvation from the material existence or the privilege of merging into your existence, but I don't wish any of these things. I don't want anything which diminishes my relationship with you as master and servant, even after liberation. So what is nice? You can give, but if you give, this master and servant relationship will destroy. What is the use of that type of liberation? In a similar passage in Narad Pancharat, it is stated, my dear Lord, I do not wish any perfectional states by performing the ritualistic religious ceremonies or by economic development or by sense gratification or liberation. I simply pray that you grant me the favor of keeping me under your lotus. I do not wish any kind of liberation such as Shalakko to reside on your planet or Sharukko to have the same bodily features as you. I simply pray for your favor that I may be always engaged in your loving service. Similarly, in the 6th canto of 14th chapter, 4th verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, Maharaj Parikshit inquires the question, my dear Brahma, I understood that the demon Pittasur was a great simple person and that his mentality was completely absorbed in the modes of passion and ignorance. How did he develop to such a perfectional stage of devotional service to Narayana? I have heard that even great persons who have undergone severe austerities and who have liberated with full knowledge must strive to become devotee of the Lord. It is understood that such persons are very rare and almost never to be seen. So I am astonished that Vitteshwar has become such a devotee. In the above parts, the most important thing to be noted is that there may be many liberated persons who have merged into the existence of the impersonal God. But a devotee of the Supreme Personal God in Narayan is very, very rare. Yesterday you heard, no? Narayana Parash. What is that? Kutishyavi Mahamani. Even out of millions of liberated persons, only one is fortunate enough to become a devotee. In Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st canto, 7th chapter, Queen Kunti is praying to Lord Krishna at the time of his departure. What is that? My dear Krishna, you are so great that you are inconceivable even to the great scholars and Paramahamsas. What is that verse?
तथा परमहंसानां मुनिनां कमलात्मनां.
Bhakti Yoga Vidhanat. Padam Pushyamayasti. Fully liberated soul. So, if such great sages who are transcendental to all the reactions of material existence are unable to know you, then as far as we are concerned, belonging to the less intelligent human class, how is it possible for us to know your glories? How can we understand you? That means, we understand you. We understood you. That means you are devotee. Devotees are greater than this. What a nice explanation. How will less intelligent woman we can understand? Now, after that we will see, yeah, she understood. That means devotee can understand. Devotee is higher than you. In this verse, the particular thing to be noted is that the personal Godhead is not understood by great liberated persons, but only by the devotees such as Kunti in her humbleness. Although she was a woman and considered less intelligent than a man, still she realized the glories of Krishna. That is the purport of this verse. So what is the best weapon to understand? What is the best weapon to understand Krishna?
Humble devotees.
Yes.
Humility.
When Krishna will make us understand. When it is possible? Like Prabhupada gave example. If you try to get Krishna through knowledge, this is proud. If you pride, you want to know. You want to liberate. In the yoga, is pride. Some pride is there. I want to achieve through yoga. I want to achieve through knowledge. There's some sort of pride is there. But devotee, I am helpless. So humility is the most important. Devotee say, oh, I am useless. Only Krishna's mercy. Without that, I cannot. Another passage which is very important in Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st canto, 6th chapter, 10th verse, it is said that Atma Ramastamuni, Atma Ram verse, very powerful verse. In this Atma Ram verse, it is stated that even those who are completely liberated from the material contamination are attracted by the transcendental qualities of the Lord. The purport of this verse is that a liberated soul has absolutely no desire at all for material enjoyment. He is wholly free from all kinds of material desires, yet still he is irresistibly attracted by the desire to hear and understand the pastimes of the Lord. We may therefore conclude that the glories and pastimes of the Lord are not. Otherwise, how could the liberated person known as Atmaram be attracted by such pastimes? That is the important point in this verse. If Atmaram is attracted by the pastimes, that means it is not material. If the pastime of Radha Krishna is released by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by Shanak Sanatan, that means not material. Shanako Sanatana Bornito Charite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhavadoi. Radharani's glory is sung by Shanak Sanatan, 4 Kumaras. The 4 Kumaras, 4 years child, what they understand, male and female. So he is glorifying Radharani. That means there is not material. From the above statement, it is found that a devotee is not after any of the stages of liberation. There are 5 stages of liberation, already explained as being to become one with the Lord, to live on the same planet of the Lord, to obtain the same bodily features as the Lord, to have the same opulence as the Lord, and to have the constant association with the Lord. Out of these 5 liberation stages, the one which is known as Shadujjo, or to merge into the existence of the Lord, is the last to be accepted by the devotee. The other 4 liberation, although not desired by the devotees, still are not against the devotional ideals. Some of the liberated persons who have achieved this 4-stage liberation may also develop affection for Lord Krishna and be promoted to the Golok Vrindavan planet in the spiritual sky. In other words, those who are already promoted to the Vaikuntha planets and who possesses the 4 kinds of liberation may also sometimes develop affection for Krishna and becomes promoted to Krishna Lord. So those who are in the 4 liberated states may still be going through different stages of existence. In the beginning, they may want the opulence of Krishna, but at the mature stage, the dormant love of Krishna exhibited in Vrindavan becomes prominent in their hearts. As such, the pure devotees never accept the liberation of Shadujjo to become one with the Supreme, though sometimes they may accept it favorable the other 4 liberated states. Out of many kinds of devotees of the Supreme Person Godhead, the one who is attracted to the original form of Krishna, of Lord Krishna in Vrindavan, is considered to be the foremost first-class devotee. Such a devotee is never attracted by the opulence of Vaikuntha or even of Dwaraka, the royal city of Krishna. So you see what Prabhupada is giving purport. Rupa Goswami is giving purport up to her. Devotion is far better. There is no comparison with liberation. And Prabhupada is another extent is going. Yes, in devotion, to the devotee of Krishna, they are not attracted by Vaikuntha, even not in Dwaraka also. The conclusion of Rupa Goswami is that the devotees who are attracted by the pastimes of the Lord in the Golok or Vrindavan are the topmost devotees. The devotee who is attached to a particular form of the Lord does not wish to change his devotion to other forms. For example, Hanuman, devotee of Lord Ramchandra, knew that there is no difference between Lord Ramchandra and Lord Narayan, and yet he still wanted to render service unto Lord Ramchandra. There is a nice verse in Sanskrit. Narottam Das Thakur wrote in Prarthana. Sorry, not Prarthana. He wrote in Premukti Chandrika. He said, yeah, Srinathe Janokinathe, Abheda Paramatmani. I know Srinath. Srinath means Srinath Narayan. Srinath. Janakinath, Ramchandra. Srinathe Jamon Janakinath, Abheda Paramatmani. I know both are supreme. But still my Lord is Ramchandra. That is due to the specific attraction for a particular devotee. There are many forms of the Lord, but Krishna is still the original form. Though all of the devotees of the different forms of the Lord are in the same category, still it is said that those who are devotees of the Lord Krishna are topmost in the list of all devotees. So, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is nicely mentioned, those who are in whose rush, they are the topmost in that level. But after that, he's saying, still if you nirapaksha, impartially, if we consider, we can see the difference. In that connection, he has saying devotees of Krishna is the best. And here in Chaitanya Charitamrita, another is among the devotees of Krishna, who is the best? Shanta Dasya Shukha Vatsala Madhur. Madhur is the best. They will go to among the Madhur, Shakya Parokya. Parokya is the best. Among the Parokya, Gopi, among the Gopis, Radharani is the best. So, Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the best. Worshipping Radha Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Ram. To prove that, Rupa Goswami wrote in Nectar of Instruction, there Vaikunthajanito Vara Madhupuri, there 9 verse, 10 verse in Vishnu. Radha Kund is the best. That means Radha is the best. And Sanatana Goswami wrote in Brihad Bhagavatamrita how Radha is the best. So, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, what is that verse? Aradhya Bhagavan Bhajishatanaya, Tadhama Vrindavan. Now, as a devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they are due to prove in different ways. Hare Krishna. So I took a little extra time to complete this. Nectar of devotion, Shangat Lord.